So as I have mentioned, our circuit application for differential equation will only cover the RL and the RC circuit. So for you to have a better understanding, we'll still first look at what's a resistor, what's an inductor, and what's a capacitor. Though I know you have already this covered in your physics and even in your circuit subjects probably. Now, so you could see there the resistor. So this is your resistor and it has colors. All colors have representations based on what your circuit teacher then has discussed with you. Now, in terms of the resistor, the voltage drop across the circuit element is given by the formula Ri, or it's the product of the resistance and the current that passes through the circuit. So since we are determining here the voltage drop across this resistor, so I here is the current. So its unit is in volts, the resistance is in ohms, and the current is in amperes. Now, as for the inductor, so these are examples of inductors that you can see here shared to you. And for the voltage drop across the inductor, now you have a product of a derivative and the inductance. So the inductance L is multiplied to the rate of change of the current that passes through this inductor over time. So the rate of change of the current is the di dt that you're seeing here. And the product of these two is the voltage drop across your inductor. So still the voltage is having the unit volts and the inductance has the unit in Henry or Henrys. Now, the third circuit element, by the way, and this rate of change of the current, of course, should have a unit of the current in amperes, and our unit there for time is in seconds. So, by the way, when you're solving anything concerning circuits, I think your teachers have emphasized this with you. Your current has to be always expressed in terms of the unit of seconds, okay, of time that is in seconds. So note, there's a note here that the voltage drop across the inductor is zero if your circuit acts like a short circuit and when your current is a DC current. So there is going to be no change here on the DIDT, or there's no change in the current over time when your circuit is constant current circuit, and that's the DC circuit. So this particular expression for the voltage drop across the inductor will only have a value or a quantifiable value if your circuit is an AC circuit, and if the circuit is a short circuit or it's a DC circuit, there's no value for such. So the value is zero. So it's like wala sang current nga nagaagi sa imo circuit nga naga-change because constant current siya or direct current circuit siya. So DI/dt in that case will be zero. Okay, so duha ka instances nga zero ni siya. So it's here written in red ink. If your inductor acts like a short circuit or when you have a DC circuit. Now, the last circuit element is the capacitor. So you have here your capacitor. And the voltage drop across your capacitor is actually the charge on it divided by the capacitance. Because as you could see here, the Q, which represents the charge in coulombs for your capacitor, is the product of its capacitance and the voltage drop across it. So the capacitance is the unit in farad. You can see here, and of course you have the voltage V. Okay, wait lang class ah. You may not see my um this is your charge in coulombs and this is your capacitance in farad, and of course the voltage is still in volts. Okay? Now the rate of change of the current, or rather the rate of change this time of the charge in your capacitor over time. So I'm meaning the dq dt is the current. So the current this time is the manner in which the charge in your capacitor changes over time. Now current is still in amperes, and the rate of change of the charge, which is the current, is actually having this basic unit of coulomb per second. So you can see here coulomb per second. So your current ampere is actually, in terms of the capacitor, is coulomb per second. Okay? Now let me just erase this one. Please raise your hand, or you can raise your hand if you have any questions on the things that I am covering. Now, for your current, we can have the Q here, the Q that you're seeing here. Because, okay, wait lang. Now, you can see here the Q in CV. So here in the current, which is the rate of change of the Q with time, you can change this Q here, that Q, to CV. And if you differentiate the product of the CV, since capacitance is a constant value, so you're actually determining C times the rate of change of the voltage in the capacitor. So we can say that for the current in your capacitor, aside from representing it as dq dt, or the rate of change of the charge in your capacitor over time, it could also be represented by the capacitance multiplied by the rate of change of the voltage over time. That is the voltage drop across your capacitor. So as written here, the rate of change of the voltage. So the rate of change of the voltage, of course, will have the unit volts per second. And if you multiply it with the capacitance that is in farad, so this is the capacitance here, having the unit farad, the resulting unit is still the ampere unit for the current. Now, there's a note here that says that current is zero if capacitor acts like an open circuit. So if it's an open circuit, we know that no current passes through all circuit elements, and as such, current will be zero. Or we can say that current is zero when voltage is a constant voltage. So you notice here, class, that I is equal to C dV dt. So there has to be a change in the voltage for current to have a value. So if the voltage is constant, if there is no change in the voltage, then the current will be zero as well. So there are two instances when current in the circuit will be zero. When your capacitor acts like an open circuit, or if you have an open circuit, and when the voltage is constant. So duha na siya. Wala sang current value if capacitor acts as an open circuit, or there's no current flowing through all your circuit element, and when the voltage is constant. So take note of that. But our main focus, these are just add-on information concerning circuit elements. Our main focus here, by the way, is on the differential equation that we can use for these two circuit elements here. The one that, this one. We are concerned with the differential equation we could use for an RL circuit and for an RC circuits. That's our main concern, and how we substitute information given in the problem to the differential equations that will represent these two. So the other things that are mentioned above are simply informations that will be review of what you have learned so far before regarding circuit elements, resistor, inductor, and capacitor. So moving on, now we go to the DE that I'm using. And if you have a pen and paper, it would help if you write this down. Although this document is shared as well in Canvas. So the three very important differential equations that you need, that way you can quantify a problem or you can solve a problem concerning circuit application, are the ones that you are seeing here. If you're given an RL circuit, so it's an RL circuit, for this one, this is for the RL circuit, this one. So you have this as the ready-made differential equation. So the rate of change of the current with respect to time plus the product of the current times the resistance over the inductance is equal to the electromotive force divided by the inductance. So that's your DE for an RL circuit. For an RC circuit, as mentioned there on top, this will be your DE. So although it had been mentioned already above, for an RC circuit, a circuit containing a resistor and a capacitor, this is your DE. The rate of change of the charge in coulomb per second plus the product of the charge in coulomb divided by the product of the resistance and the capacitance. This sum of the two is equated to the E, the electromotive force divided by the resistance. Now here in the DE for uh, an RC circuit, should the problem be requiring that you determine time, this is a DE that you can use. The rate of change of the uh, charge with respect to time as being equal to the current. So kung kinahanglan mo mag-determine sa current, kay ang problem nag-require that you determine the current in your RC circuit. Where was that? Sorry. Then you use this particular relationship that if you have already an expression of the charge with respect to time taken from the dq dt plus q over rc equal to e over r, then you just simply have it differentiated with respect to time because the resulting dE out of that is already an expression of current. If you see the dq dt, then that's already current in itself. There's an example here at the bottom which will clearly explain what I mean. But in terms of the differential equation that you need to take note of, these are the three that you need to really, shall I say, memorize or not forget because they will help you solve a problem concerning RL and RC circuits in DE. This is too big already. Okay. Now we'll go down to the sample problems here. And so far, before I discuss the sample problems, do you have any questions? You can even place your questions on the chat box if you do have questions so far on the intro concepts. Okay, there's none. Sige. So we'll go to the sample problems. So here in sample problem number 1, actually the solution is already placed in here. That way it could be discussed rather in a rate that is shall I say, be enough for the remaining 30 minutes of the class. This particular module was made during pandemic, so I made sure that whatever is prepared has already the solution. That way, there will be enough time to cover everything. So if your circuit is a source-free RL circuit, meaning it doesn't have any electromotive force, or shall we say E is equal to 0 because it doesn't have a source, it only has the resistance and the inductance, it would be something like this. So you have current I passing to your circuit element as represented by the small letter I. So, according to Ohm's law, from your physics, the voltage drop across all circuit elements is equal to 0. Okay, so we have here the voltage drop across the inductor plus the voltage drop across the resistor should be equal to 0. If you have an electromotive force, so this would be equal to the electromotive force here, the E. Now, based on what you have learned here on top, you can see here, this is for RL circuit. So this is your RL circuit. We can write your DE in this sense as L di dt plus Ri equal to 0. Why is that? Because for a circuit that has the inductor, the voltage drop across the inductor is L di dt. The voltage drop across your resistor is Ri. Now, the thing that you need to do here after you have written this one is you divide the entire differential equation by L. So if you divide it by L, the L here is taken out of the picture, and that gives you the R over L times the I here in the second element. This one will still be 0. So what I mean is if you, wait class. If you divide this by L, oh, why is this big? Wait class, huh? It's too. Okay. Still. So if you divide that by L, if you distribute the L here as a divisor, this one will cancel and it will introduce the L here. So the resulting DE in that sense, let me just take out this one, is this. So that would be your resulting DE. And if you notice, this is a separable differential equation. Now again, wait class ha. If you divide this expression by I, the small I there is just the big I, the capital I. Then you multiply it by dt. So if I will write it proper simply, so it will not be that difficult to cover. So it's dt divided by I. So you get rid of the dt here. You introduce the di and the I in the denominator. So you have R over L times, this one will be gone because you're divided by I, and what is left there is the dt. Now, if you're going to integrate, you will have ln of I plus R over L times t, and you will have here on the right side ln of k. Now we use the ln because we have an ln answer here, and we use the k instead of the c because here when we speak of circuit application, the c represents the capacitor. So instead of using L and C, we represent L and K. So that's it. So for this particular required information in the problem, this is your ln(I) plus R over L times T equal to ln K as the equation that you can work out on. This K, as mentioned here, is a constant. So its value depends on the conditions that are given in the problem. Okay? So before I go to the next page, do you have any questions? No questions, class? Okay, let me know if the fan, the noise of the fan is bothering you, huh? I turn on the fans. Anyway, now I will erase this one here. This is the DE now resulting. This is the DE resulting after we have simplified the original DE, which accounts for the voltage drop across our inductor and our resistor. So if we move forward, so this one, the two LNs that we have in this equation, we place in one side, and the R over L times T we transfer on the right side. That makes it negative because in here it's positive. Naka-positive siya. So kung i-transfer to siya sa right side, negative siya. And then, using the properties of Ln, since we have subtraction here, so this will be now Ln of I over K, and that is equal to negative the R over L times time. Now, if we make the left side and the right side of this equation the exponent of the e, we get rid of the ln here, and the right side becomes e raised to negative r over l times the time. So if we simplify further, cross multiplying the k on the right side, so your I is equal to k e raised to negative r over l times the time. Now this is called as this expression of the or shall I say the formula that allows you to determine the current in the circuit, this RL circuit, which doesn't have a source given the time. We call this formula as the natural or transient response of your RL series circuit. So let's say, for example, that initially the current in the circuit is IO. I sub O meaning any value for that matter that is given. So we'll just represent it as initial current or capital I sub O. Then we substitute time equal to 0 here on the small t on the formula. And then the I here, the small I, will be your capital IO. Now, in the process, we get to know the constant because this k is a constant. So IO is equal to k e raised to 0 because time is 0 and that's equal to 1. So then it tells us that the value of this constant k is simply IO. So now for that circuit element, consisting of the resistor and the inductor without a current source, this is your formula that will allow you to solve the current given the time, the resistance, the inductance, and the initial current, whatever is the value of that. So this allows you to determine the current in the circuit. In the circuit given the time, specifically given the time. Now, if it's plotted, so you could see here, you could see here in the graph that at time equal to 0, your current is IO. Okay, time 0, so it's IO. At time equal to tau, your current is 36 or 0.368 of the initial value, whatever is this initial value. Kung ano man ang ihatag value sa problem, you just multiply it by 0.368. That will give you the current in the circuit after the tau time. The tau time. So what is the tau time? Before I go to what is this tau time in which your current is 36.8% of the initial, this graph, this exponential decrease in the graph is made by substituting values of time here. So nakita nyo the IO e raised to negative t over tau in the equation. So ini siya, since this is your current, the I, your vertical axis is the current I, and your horizontal axis is the time. So substitute ka lang that time, and then resolve mo ang current. That's when i-connect mo lang ang tanan yung dots for your current values, and you will be producing this particular exponentially decreasing curve. Okay, the decrease siya, gagamay siya exponentially. Why I say exponentially? Because you have here an exponential function. Okay? Now, speaking of the tau, what is the tau wherein your current is 36.8% of its initial value? If you would be asked by the problem, that tau is the L over R, or it's your inductance divided by the resistance. That's the time in seconds. Okay? So the time constant is in seconds in this case because all our time units are in seconds. Okay? So in terms of what the problem requires here, so let me go back to the problem. So the problem is asking for, it's not placed here, but the problem is asking for a formula that will solve you for the current over time in this RL circuit without a source. So this is the formula. So amo ni siya ang formula that will solve for it. So given the case wherein the problem is asking you to determine the current for a source-free RL circuit, so this is the formula that you're going to use. If the RL circuit does not have the electromotive force equal to 0, meaning it's not source-free, then you cannot use that particular formula. You need to go back to the original concept of uh, voltage drop across all circuit elements if added should be equal to 0. Okay? Now we go to the second example here unless otherwise there are questions. Okay. My questions? Okay. Sige. Now, you can also type on the chat box if you do. Now, let's go to an inductor. You have inductor still and resistor circuit, specific this time. The current in the circuit initially is 2 amperes. I say initially because the time here is 0. So then this I sub L is equal to your I sub O in the previous problem. Find an expression for the current in the RL circuit valid for time greater than 0 and its value at time equal to 200 microseconds. So these are the values of the resistance and this is the resistance, the 200 ohms and the 50 millihertz henries rather is your uh, inductance. Now, we go back to our formula. Remember, this is the formula that we already derived here in number 1 for a source-free RL circuit. So, we go back to that in that case because in number 2, it's still source-free. So, there's no power source in here. Electromotive force is 0. So, now you have this as the formula. Then all we have to do is substitute the given there. So you have initial current of 2 amperes, you have a resistance of 200 ohms, and you have an inductance of 50 millihenries. So it's 0.05 henries. Now, you just place in here the time generally. So since the problem is asking for the formula for the current in the circuit at any time greater than 0, so the formula that you should be answering is, of course, this one. So amo ni ginapangayo niya ini. I equal to 2e raised to negative 4,000 t. But since specifically it's asking then what would be the current for a time equal to 200 microseconds. So 200 microseconds is 200 times 10 raised to negative 6. Okay, you can see here. So we just substituted it here on the time, on the formula above. So that gives you a current of 0.8987 amperes, or that's 898.7 milliamperes. So that's how you make use of the formula derived here on top to determine now specifically given the time and the constant values of resistance, inductance, and the initial current to find the time that is flowing through in your circuit. So, sorry, not the time, but rather the current that is flowing through your circuit. So the current is 898.7 milliamperes. Okay? Now we just made use of the formula that was discussed in number 1. Now moving on, we go to an RL circuit which where in this time it's not source free anymore. Wala na siya. May EMF na siya. So number 3 here gives you an RL circuit having an EMF of 5 volts. So hindi na siya 0. A resistance of 50 ohms and an inductance of 1 Henry. And there was no current initially in the circuit. So this is equivalent to saying that your capital I sub O is 0. You are to find the current in the circuit at any time t. Now, this time, your circuit has an EMF and it's an RL circuit. So we go back. I'd like to go up here and go back to the 3 equations I initially shared with you. So if the circuit has an EMF, so this is your DE for such a circuit. So miski may EMF pa siya or wala siya EMF, this is actually the DE. You can simply take this term out. You can simply make this 0, the E here, to 0 if it's a source-free circuit. But in this case now, it's not a source-free circuit. So we just substitute values in here. Okay, in the case of number one, where we derive a formula for a source-free RL circuit, it's the same as going back to this DE actually, just equating the E equal to 0. So I will just have that change now. So if we'll use that DE on number 3. So number 3 here. So you have di dt plus, so it's R over L, so 50 divided by 1. So that would be 50I equal to 5 volts because your EMF is 5. If you look at it closely, class, this is actually linear as it is written, but it is also separable. It's best solved, easily solved using separation of variables. So if I'm right here, you can, so you'll have here di dt equal to the 5. We copy the 5 and we transfer the 50I here on the right side. So that's separable. Then you have di over 5 minus 50I is equal to the dt is transferred here. This dt here we transfer to the right. So these two just simply switch places. And then you can have the integrals. Now, in this case, you can have the initial value of the current substituted here because your integral here has the variable I. So at time equal to 0, it says there that there is no current in your circuit. So it's also zero current here. At time equal to t, should be in seconds, the current is equal to I. So that would be directly giving you now an answer which does not have the ln of k because you already place in the limits of your integral. But if you want that ln of k should appear, then it's really up to you. But I'm giving you an option here wherein you substitute directly on the you place directly rather on the integral the limits. That way you won't have to determine separately the constant of integration. So if you will integrate this side, your answer is an ln provided that you will place here a negative 50 and you have a negative 1 over 50 here. Because you will have an ln if it's negative 50 di on top, the derivative of the u in the denominator. So this will give you a negative 1 over 50 ln of, so you'll have 5 minus 50I. Now, your limits here are 0 to I. Now, that's equal to this side is t with limits 0 to t. Now, if we substitute the limits here, and I'll transfer the negative 50 in here by cross multiplication, the left side would look like this. It's ln of, so upper limit is 50 minus 50I. Lower limit is 5 minus 0 because you substitute I here, which is 0. And here on the right side, you will have negative 50. Now, if you substitute t and 0, so upper limit is t, lower limit is 0. That's how it's going to look like. Now, if you eliminate the ln here, you make the left side and the right side of this equation the exponent of the e. That way, you'll get rid of the ln. So, your left side here becomes 50 minus, sorry, is that 50? It's just 5 by the way. No, no 0 there. So, it's just, I just will erase. So, this is just 5, not 50. So that's 5 minus 50. So you'll have here 5 minus 50I divided by 5 because I will have this raised to e. And in this side, you will have e raised to negative 50t. Okay? If you transfer the 5 there, you will have 50. I keep on writing 50. It's only 5. This is only 5. So 5 minus 50I is equal to 5e raised to negative 50t. Our goal here is we will have an expression for the current in terms of time. So I will transfer this 50 in this side and this one I'll transfer here. So ang muning gwa, I'll place here on top ha. So you will have 5 minus 5e raised to negative 50. Transferring this expression on the left, so that would be negative. And I will transfer the 50i here on the right. I have now isolated the I here. So if I divide by 50, or that's equivalent to I will multiply it by 1 over 50. So you have 5 and 5 here, which could be factored out. So 5 times 1 minus e raised to negative 50t. That should be divided by 50, and you have the current I here. So, if I switch places with this, amo na siya ang makita niyo da kay diretsyon na siya nga pag-solve. So, current in the circuit at any time t is equal to, so 5 over 50 is 1 over 10 times 1 minus e raised to negative 50t. So, that's the expression you're seeing here. Nakaano lang siya galing, naka-separate. But it's still equivalent to what I have written here. You can solve this using linear approach. The one that's written here is linear approach, but you can solve it using separation of variable, which is a lot simpler. Okay? So you go back to the original DE for the RL circuit with a power source. So substitute all the values that you have and do the techniques that you have learned in terms of first order differential equation. Okay? Now, before I discuss what's written here below, can you please ask questions or pindi sa inyo kung may question, or you can write it on the chat box. So, no questions? Sige, wait lang. We'll go to the one that I'm sharing. Okay, now, we'll erase this one because there's just so many here. Now, if this is your equation already, similar to the one I have written here on the right, this is the working equation. It's written that way, class, so that you will know the context of the transient current and the steady state current. So here, we call this the transient current. The transient current is the current which is, shall I say, dependent on time. And it says here, it dies out as t approaches infinity. Or shall we say, after a very long time, that particular, this term, which represents your transient current, will be equal to 0. Because if you substitute infinity here on the time, that would be e raised to negative infinity, which is 0. So your transient current oftentimes is that expression in the formula of the current for your RN circuit, which will die out or which will become 0 as t approaches infinity. Whereas there's a term here called the steady state current. It's the one that is not time dependent. Steady state meaning constant. It's not dependent on the time value. So as t approaches infinity, the current I approaches the value of a steady state current. So shall we say that after a very long time, we say that your circuit, your RL circuit, will just have the steady state current remaining. Why? Because this one will be 0. Ang negative 1 over t 10 e raised to negative 50 t will become 0 over time. Okay? Because mo to kayo na na-explain ko, this e raised to negative infinity will become 0. So take note of what is meant by the transient current and the steady state current for a current expression in your RL circuit. Now, we still have 6 minutes. Hopefully, I can finish this because it has, anyway, the solution. So, the last sample problem here is for an RC circuit which has an EMF in terms of time. The third example has an EMF which is constant, 5 volts. But this time, your RC circuit has a time-dependent EMF. So given by the expression 400 cosine 2t, a resistance of 100 ohms and a capacitance of 10 raised to negative 2 farad. Initially, there is no charge in the capacitor. So it's just like saying Q is equal to 0. Find the current in the circuit at any time t. So it asks for the formula that will solve for the current in the circuit at any time t. Now, we don't have a ready-made DE for an RC circuit in terms of time, but the DE that we have for an RC circuit is the one that I've shared to you a while ago. This one. It's not expressed in terms of current, but later on we can express it in terms of current after differentiating our solution for the DE of Q in terms of time, because your answer here will be charge in terms of time. So kung may ara ka na sinain mo lang i-differentiate, that would be the current already. But having said that, so if you go to number 4 here, we substitute to that equation all the things that we need to substitute. So dq dt plus, by the way, you have here RC over, Q over RC. So it's not written here anymore. You simply have the Q because, let's see, RC. So your R is 100 ohms and your capacitance is 10 raised to negative 2. 100 times 10 raised to negative 2 is simply 1. So that is why you don't see any number here that goes with the Q, because Q over 1 is still Q. Then the right side is 4 cosine 2t. Now, it's 400 cosine 2t. Why is this only 2, 4? Okay. So we better change this one, the given of 400 to only 4. Okay? Okay, because here in the right side, what is given is 4 cosine 2t, so that we won't have to change anything. Now, this DE is also separable. You just wait lang. This is not actually separable already because what you have here on the right side is already time dependent. We can only have a separable D in this case if what you have here on the right side is a constant. But since this is time dependent, you don't have any choice, but you have to use the technique of finding the solution of a linear DE. So if you can recall, you need to determine the integrating factor mu in that case, and that's e raised to the integral of this one. So that's simply 1, so that's dt. So that's e raised to t. Now your formula for the linear DE is the unknown function times the integrating factor is equal to whatever is the expression that you have here on the right side. So in that case, it's 4 cosine 2t and then times the integrating factor, which is e raised to t. Now, the right side of this equation requires that you do integration by parts because you have the cosine function here and the exponential function here. Now, as an exercise that would be left to you to do, so the resulting expression class, after you have done integration by parts here and simplified the expression, is this. So this is already the final answer to this DE that you have here after you do the mathematics. Now, it says here that initially there is no charge in the capacitor. So meaning your Q is equal to 0. So it says here at time equal to 0, Q is equal to 0. So you just substitute Q equal to 0 and time equal to 0 here, here, and in here. So the time there will be 0, as you can see. Sine of 0 is 0, cosine of 0 is 1, and C here will be multiplied simply to 1. So after you have done the mathematics in this side, you'll know that the constant C here that appears in here is negative 4 over 5. So what you'll do is just simply, just erase this one. You just have to simply substitute the value of negative 4 over 5 here on the C. So, amo na siya nga nag-negative 4 over 5 here. And then copy everything that you have there. So, it's, sorry. So, negative 4 over 5 for the C, e raised to negative t, and all this will be copied. This is not yet the answer because the problem is asking for the current at any time t. So you just need to differentiate this. So the last part here is you get dq dt. So dq dt, which is equal to the current as one of the d's that was shown to you a while ago, is equal to. So just simply differentiate this. So derivative of that is negative e raised to negative 2. So mahimo na siya positive 4 over 5 e raised to negative t. That one will be a cosine and a 2. So that would be 16 over 5 cosine of 2t. The derivative of that is negative sine. So negative 8 over 5 sine of 2t. This is actually the answer that the problem is asking. What is the current in the RC circuit over time? You differentiate the answer for your DE, which is in terms of the charge Q, and that should give you the current. So if you are asked for the specific current, just substitute the T here value after kung pila ka seconds ang ginhambal sa problem that you determine the current. The answer here is expected, of course, to have a final unit of amperes. Okay? You have any questions? You can, I will share this new recording in Canva so you can listen to it again. And your classmates can also listen to it. That way, when we meet each other next week, that would be on Monday, you'll have your quiz. But your quiz would still only cover lang growth and decay and Newton's law of cooling.